Good afternoon, everyone, and a warm welcome to this webinar, if I may. In this webinar, what we are trying to do is we are trying to set the stage for the sales and service part of SAP Hybris portfolio. Sales and service fit into the broader scheme of things called as customer engagement and commerce, which falls under the Hybris brand name, SAP Hybris. So without further ado, I would like to start with the presentation. What we are going to do is I'm going to start with the presentation, and I'm going to take a deep dive, very quick deep dive into the solution and demo a few functionalities. So going into the presentation. Now we have seen various trends that are transforming and disrupting the business, which brings us the question that how do we deal with all of this, which consists of commerce, billing, marketing, service, and sales. For today, we'll take a look at service and sales. But I would just like to brief on this thing where our entire portfolio, what we call is omni-channel portfolio. So be it any channel across the web or mobile or kiosk or email or TV or printing, we can send and bringing the data across all these channels. So basically your customers can engage with you across these multiple channels. You can engage with your customers across this multiple channel, giving them a seamless experience into your offering. So having said this, I would like to go to the next. I would not like to call this a study, but this is more of an imperative where by 2017, 65% of the sales organization will use smartphone and tablets to drive their sales. So this was a study taken by Gartner, but I would like to call it an imperative because most of the companies which participated were small and medium enterprises, and they laid the stress on having a mobile for their sales force to go into the field with. So the imperatives are that you need your sales force to carry entire information with them when they go and meet the customers. You would want your sales force to carry the back office with them. You would want your sales force to have a complete insight into the entire customer journey when they go out and meet the customer, and ultimately you want them to spend more time on field doing sales rather than punching in the data and working on their CRM systems. So SAP has come out with this type of solution which is built on mobile first. So the entire demo that I'm going to show today is on mobile, is on the handheld devices. So from sales perspective, what we are going to see is role of a sales executive, then role of a sales manager, and how you can take care of your secondary sales and how you can manage your visits and how you can extend this system to your distributors. So starting with the sales executive. So from sales executive perspective, what we are going to see is a lead to order cycle very quickly. So as soon as your sales executive log in, the first thing he sees is a dashboard on his homepage. Now this gives him an insight into all the mission critical information that he might need on his fingertips. So there is a pipeline tile, there is a sales forecast tile, there is a lead style, there is today's activity style, and all these styles are configurable as per your business need. And once you click on this style, you go into the detailed report. So as soon as your sales executive wakes up, he just logs in into his system from his mobile. This is the first thing that he sees while he is having his cup of coffee, and he knows that where he stands. What does he need to do? How does he need to plan his day? We'll quickly go into the activities, and he sees that okay, these are my tasks, or these are my meetings which are scheduled for today. Okay, he quickly goes through his calendar. He opens an account where he can see a complete 360-degree view of the customer. Now, cloud for customer, the sales and the service that we're talking about, hybrid sales and service are tightly integrated with your ECC 6.0 SAP ERP systems, and they come with the standard integration pre-built. So all the account the receivables which you see, all the credit information which you see on the screen are coming from the ERP to which the system readily integrates. Thus, that gives the sales rep a 360-degree view into what the customer is, what is the business that has been going on with this customer, and what is his AR status, what is the pending, what are the pending invoices, so on and so forth. Going over, we leverage predictive to bring in leads from various sources based on the hot keywords, based on hot topics. So he quickly goes and tries to find out some hot leads that he might have, and he quickly sees that there are 2 leads based on the predictive which has been suggested to him. He quickly turns and accepts those leads. Now this is the leads overview page. It lists out the leads which he's working on, all the leads that he's working on, or which are assigned to him. Excuse me. So he opens a lead. He goes through the lead details. He sees the activities which have been done on this lead. He can create a new appointment or a new task. He sees what are the phone calls that are made to qualify this lead. He then quickly, if he is at a customer place and he wants to attach, let's say, a local document or a photograph, he can quickly click a picture from his mobile or take it or download a document on his mobile and quickly attach the document from his mobile library into the lead. Once that is done, he just converts the lead into an opportunity with a single click. Now we are into the opportunity page, which is high-level overview of the opportunity. What he can do is he can see the entire timeline of the opportunity, the amount of activity that has gone into this opportunity, which is depicted in a beautiful timeline graph, which you can see on my screen. He then quickly goes through the products. He can add more products now. He can add products. We have a product catalog and a pricing system natively built on this app, but you can also leverage, if you are integrating it with your backend ERP, SAP ERP, ECC 6.0, then or S/4HANA, you can use the standard integration and can pull your product catalog from your ERP readily in real time. So if he's there with his mobile on site at the customer site, he can just browse through the catalog which is coming from your ERP. He picks a product. Now this is something we call as guided selling. So what activity advisor does is, with every opportunity stage or with every sales stage, it sets a list of activities or a list of tasks or a list of appointments that needs to be done. And depending on your business needs and your business configuration, you might want to make those things mandatory. So until and unless your sales rep performs all this task or this activities or carries out this appointment, he cannot move forward in the opportunity. He cannot set the opportunity into the next stage. So these are small checks that you can put as an organization. Once the appropriate amount of opportunity and the tasks are added, and once the opportunity is qualified enough and is won, your sales rep can quickly convert an opportunity from code. Now here, again, there are a couple of integration points. So if you want your code to be created in your backend ECC, backend ERP, you can initiate a code from the cloud for customer system, from the Hybris sales system, and the code will be created in backend in your ERP, and that code will be synchronized with this cloud system in real time. So that will be synced back into the system real time. Or else we also have our coding capabilities which are built natively. So he just chooses the payment term, and all the existing information from lead which has flown into the opportunity will flow into the code seamlessly. So that is not much data entering. It's just a click and you convert a lead into an opportunity and an opportunity into a code. So he quickly creates a code, he verifies the, there is an, if you are integrating, do the pricing in the opportunity, and the pricing will come from your ERP system, or when you are in the coding stage and you are using a code on the cloud system, you can still request for pricing from your backend ERP, and in real time while you're standing there in front of the customer, the pricing will be fetched from ERP. So once the pricing is fetched from ERP, and if there are any manual changes or if there are any manual discounts which he needs to put, he can override the changes and can again synchronize the code between ERP and the cloud system, the Hybris sales. Once that is done, the code approval mechanism would kick in, and based on the code approval hierarchy, the code will go for the approval. So he just selects the discount, he can select the overall discount as well, and once done, he can sign the code there itself and can submit the copy of the code to the customer via email. Now, since we talked about the standard integration and so on and so forth, so here is the view. So the opportunity, this is a document flow which we have in our cloud system, which synchronizes in real time with your ERP. So here is a flow which depicts that opportunity is created in your cloud system in Hybris Cloud for Sales. A code request is sent to ERP. A code is created in ERP and is synchronized back to the cloud in real time as a PDF document. The order is also initiated in ERP, and order is also synchronized, and goods issue and invoice are also synchronized. So this, when the sales rep is there in front of the customer, he has this entire flow in front of him. So if a customer asks him that what is the status of my invoice, or what is the status of my goods, are they dispatched or not, he can quickly check the status of the order or the quote or the invoice in real time, right from his handheld, right from his mobile device. Having said this, we'll now go into the scenario where you deal with your dealers and the distributors, that is the secondary sales scenario. So the sales manager can create a route plan, can create the visit plan for their specific territories or or geographies, and they can publish this plan to their sales reps. Once the plan is published, the sales rep will get a notification that a visit is created, and he can enter into his mobile device and look at the visits that are assigned to him. He can quickly view the location on the map. We have open APIs which integrate with Google. So if you are integrated with Google Maps, you can also have the route, which route to take and from where to go depicted in the map. So he quickly selects one of the visits. He enters into the visit. Now you can create standard surveys and tasks, and you can assign those surveys and tasks to the visits. So once your sales rep is out there at your dealer, at your distributor, he can quickly take those surveys. This can be product audit survey or product check survey or the customer survey. This can be made mandatory. So until and unless he performs this survey, he cannot close this visit. So these tasks and the surveys can be made mandatory. They can be templatized. So with every new visit, this set of tasks and the survey will be already associated. We also have a feature of check-in, which you see at the bottom right corner. So when your sales rep actually visits the distributor, he can check in. The system will capture the geographic location into longitude and latitude, and so the system will capture his geolocation, and you can run reports against the geolocation of your customers and can verify if he has actually gone to the customers to complete the visit or not. We can also make a check that until he checks into a visit, he cannot open and modify the visit. So this is the example of a survey. He can quickly go and create the sales order into a visit, so he can add products. Once the products are added, he can quickly create the sales order, and once the sales order is created, the sales order will be in real time synced to your ERP system, where the order will go for the fulfillment. And if you have any promotions running, you can synchronize your promotions from the back end into the cloud application, where he can show the promotion calendar to your dealers and your distributors, and basically then they can book their orders against a particular promotion. And once he is done with the visit, he can generate the summary of the visit and can check out. So in this quick demo, what we have seen was from the perspective of sales executive and your secondary sales. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine sales manager and service manager into a single dashboard presentation. So moving forward, when we talk about service, what we are going to see in a demo is from a field technician perspective, but from a service agent perspective, yes, we do support multiple channels to create a ticket. We have a complete service package or a complete service solution where your customers have multiple channels to create a ticket. They can go to a portal to create a ticket. They can use the chat to create a ticket. We integrate with CDI and telephony systems where they can call a helpline and they can create a ticket. We also support self-service portals, the FAQs and the knowledge base, where while searching the knowledge base, they can create a ticket. So there are multiple channels to create a ticket. They can also create a ticket by sending an email to your customer care email ID. Once the ticket is created, your front office agent or your service agents will get those tickets in a particular queue. From that queue, they can route the ticket, they can escalate the ticket, or they can release the ticket for scheduling. We also have a resource scheduler. Based on the scheduling request, you can drag and drop the request to a particular resource based on its calendar. And once you have scheduled a request for a particular technician, he can log into his mobile application, his mobile device. He can log into his mobile device and he can execute the ticket. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a deep dive into a scenario of a service technician or a field technician. So again, he has this. He has this landing page, his home page, where he can see all the tickets that are assigned to him, all the tickets that are on priority basis, all the tickets which are nearing their SLAs. So the SLAs can also be set up. Once he gets a notification that a ticket or a work ticket is assigned to him, he can go inside, he can take a look at the ticket. He now goes into the ticket. This is the overview of the ticket. Now we also support the install base. So if you have an install base set up in your ERP system, we can fetch that in real time. We also have warranty management where the system shows if the product is under warranty or not. So all your warranty contract and your install base can be fetched from ERP in real time. If not, the system comes with a built-in functionality to maintain all those things on the cloud natively into the system. So he sees that what is the install base, where is the machine installed, so on and so forth. He can see the entire interaction that has been carried out with the customer. So if the customer has sent an email or the customer has commented on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, all those interactions pertaining to this ticket will come over here. He can quickly search the knowledge base. So if it is a frequently arising issue, he can go into the knowledge base, he can see that what needs to be done and he can quickly do that. or else the person who has assigned him the ticket can also assign him the spare parts. So he can see that what are the spare parts that are assigned to him, what are the spare parts that he needs to carry. You can also do ATP checks in real time from the backend with your ERP system. And once he reaches the customer place, he can start working. And once he has finished the work, he can put in the actual quantity against the planned quantity of the spare part. Okay. Once the work is done, once the ticket is resolved, he can quickly generate an invoice based on time and material basis. Now this can also come from your backend, from your ERP, or the system can generate it natively. The invoice and the report is generated and he can mail it to the customer there and then itself. So this was briefly from a service perspective, from a service technician perspective. Now what we talked about was about the managers. So we'll go into an application which is specifically designed for managers, be it sales or service managers. What it does is it gives them entire sales organization or service organization on their fingertips. So what a manager needs to do first thing in the morning when he sips on his cup of coffee is he needs to get the idea where his sales organization stand. It gives them real-time insight into what is the health of their pipeline. All the mission critical information is right there in front of them. This also helps your sales and service manager to become proactive rather than being reactive. So if you have a quarterly, half-yearly or yearly reviews, instead of going at the last minute coordinating Excel sheets and everything just a couple of days before the review meeting, this actually gives them an insight that what is the health pipeline from the beginning, so they can plan their sales better or they can plan their service better. These are all the standard reports which actually come out of the box. All this is configurable as per your business needs. So your sales manager quickly goes into the pipeline dashboard. He can see that the pipeline, what is the status of this pipeline, where he stands from a sales perspective. He can slice and dice on the data. So he can select what data he wants to see, in what format he wants to see. He can quickly go into the sales performance. Now when I talked about being proactive rather than being reactive, so let's say right before the end of the quarter, right, a couple of weeks going into the quarter, he knows that what is the health of the pipeline. He knows that what are his sales rep doing. And if he sees that Ruby Jones and Martin are not performing well, he might as well reach out to them, ask them that, hey buddy, do you need some help? Your pipeline is very low. You need some help. You need me to come and meet your customers. You need some help from the organizational perspective. What is it that is stopping you from building your pipeline or from achieving your targets? So once that is done, he can annotate it in the application itself, and once the annotation is done, he can send the annotated graph or a chart into the email right from his application to the sales rep. All these tiles are again configurable. When we click into a tile, we go into a detailed report. So that was it from my side on a very quick basis. I'm just going to conclude my presentation. So what we saw was how imperative it is to have a right insight at the right time, how imperative it is to have personalized interaction with your customers every time. You need to know your customers, you need to know their habits, you need to know their entire history by integrating to your backend, by bringing the backend to your front end, by empowering your sales and your service reps to know your customers better so they can take the correct business decisions. And also you want to offer your customers multiple channels to engage with you. You don't want to limit them to particular channels. You want them to choose a channel of their choice and of their comfort and reach out to you. Mobile again is is very imperative, where you want your sales rep to carry the system on the go, where you want them to enter minimal data and gain maximum insights, and where they spend most of their time on field rather than coming back to office, going to back office to and forth and entering the data into some old system. And ultimately you want everything to be integrated, so you want one single view of your customers. So that is why we propose going beyond CRM, where CRM was a traditional system which only had manual data entry and which would just contain tables to hold your data. But beyond CRM means getting insights into the customer, getting predictive out of it, and getting to know what your customers have done, what are they doing now, and what will they do in future.
Hi, good afternoon everybody. Myself is Harrish Mandalahalli. I'm a CRM C4C consultant. And I'm glad to be here today in this webinar to present my company profile. YASH was founded in 1996 and we have a global presence in more than 5 continents. And we have more than 7 global delivery centers across India. We started our journey, quality journey in the year 2003, continued by the ISO 9001-2008 certification in 2004 and CMMI level 3 achievement in 2007, and we are marching towards CMMI level 5 by 2017. In 2014 we have achieved SAP ACE award, and in 2016 Aon rated as best employers in India. With more than 5,000 plus employees working with us, today we are providing IT infrastructure services, application services, strategic outsourcing and consulting to over 300 plus customers across the globe. We offer a personal and customized experience tailored specifically to help organizations achieve their ERP, CRM and IT project goals. YASH is really different in 3 key areas: our talent, our approach, and our innovative solutions. Our talent ensures the same passion ensuring customer success. Our people are skilled in their respective domains, whether it's our technical and solution architects or our global delivery team. Secondly, our approach is to combine mature methodologies with innovative global delivery model by maintaining cost-effective approach. Lastly, our solutions are solely focused on driving business innovations for our customers. Whether it's improving operational efficiency, whether it's improving relationships with our own customers. Our aim is to provide innovative solutions and the highest caliber of consulting services. We have always led with a value-oriented approach to solve business and technical issues, technology issues. And when it comes to implementation, we maintain an equal focus on business process excellence and technical dexterity. We have been partners with SAP for a very long time, and we started out with the on-premise solutions and moved now to the cloud technologies like C4C. We have implemented few projects on C4C for few customers. One of them is the US-based Clemens Food Group. Clemens is a market leader in meat products. First put its trust in SAP software many years ago. They included non-SAP CRM system in their landscape. And when they looked for an alternative to its existing non-SAP CRM solution, we replaced it with C4C in record time. To understand the business model of Clemens, their market was very complex. They deliver products to retailers, supermarkets, restaurants, and even consumers from their own outlets. Their existing CRM system did not provide sufficient support to manage such complex sales cycle. The main issue was integration. Non-SAP CRM system was not integrated either with the front end or back office, and it only ran on desktop. What actually they had was a database system maintaining information about their sales activities. But what they were really looking for was an insight into opportunities and contacts and a complete track of visits and campaigns and a solution that would be able to use on a mobile device. After we implemented C4C for them, C4C helped them to find all the key information on their sales contacts in one central place in the cloud. And every user who is involved in the sales process has access to exactly the same data in real time. Now they have a 360-degree view on every sales contact. And if the sales team, like sales representatives or managers, have to make a quotation or sales order, they now rely on the pricing details available in the back office system, that is ERP, and thus the integration issue solved. As C4C is also a mobile solution, now the users can access data from their mobiles even if they are at home. To conclude, our clients feel like working with an extension of their own team, not just another vendor. Thank you, Soham.